Ladies and the other ones, we are so back. F1 is finally back after 4 long weeks for the Dutch Grand Prix. The second half of the season fully kicks off now, and there are still a lot of things to be decided. There, of course, is the driver's title between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, which seems to disappoint everyone who isn't a fan of them. There's a potential for other teams to maybe start catching up. There is Cadillac finally starting to show us who they got for next year. There are a lot of things, okay? The only real certainty this season is with McLaren, since unless Ferrari can make up 300 points in 10 races, then we may as well start celebrating now for McLaren. Anyways, this season starts to near towards the final third, and I gotta say, why is this the most disappointing title fight season? I mean, I don't know if it's up there with the other ones, but for sure it's contending. Like, maybe it's just McLaren cope, but something about watching these two guys battle, it just feels wrong, or rather, it just doesn't feel like it's enough, which is leading me to boldly claim that these next 10 races will at the very least feature 2 more accidents between the McLaren drivers. Whether they DNF or not, I don't know. But man, am I ready for some good action to finally appear. Because say what you will regarding the McLaren drivers, I know I've certainly said my thoughts, but this season just has been boring, no way around it, and it's largely thanks to the drivers and the team themselves. We could be seeing amazing battles and dramatic moments all season long, but instead, we see when one driver is fast, the other is trying to fit a triangle in the circle hole. There has been like, what, 1 or 2 races where the McLaren boys are both fast and competitive, but even then, F1's inherent bullshit gets in the way and prevents the battle from being fully realized. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but it could be so much more. So let's hope that these next 10 races are it. Anyways, I barely even talked about the track. Zandvoort is home to many moments, like in 2021 with Max taking pole with no DRS, 2022 with Tsunoda being behind 911 or something, I don't know, I forgot, 2023 with the rain killing everyone, and 24 with the good old classic Lando Lap 1 bottle. So let's see what 2025 has in store for us by checking out any upgrades coming, the drama from the break, the ones to watch, and of course, my predictions for the weekend. Go subscribe if you're new if you're happy F1 is back, and let's go see the weekend now.
See those clouds up in the corner? That's where the rain is coming from.
As always, people, we have the upgrades first, and I gotta say, what upgrades? 2026 is right around the corner and it's post-summer break now, so basically, why would the team waste money? The car performance we saw in Hungary may as well be the one we see until Abu Dhabi, since no major changes will likely happen. However, teams still have to bring track-specific parts and all that other tiny stuff, which I guess you could interpret as an upgrade. So yeah, basically, don't expect any major changes to the performance chart is what I'm saying. So until 2026 comes around, let's rename this segment to Teams to Watch or Keep an Eye on For, and the Ones to Watch segment I normally have will be exclusive to the drivers or other staff now. Anyways, the first team we should watch now is Alpine. You know, I feel bad for them because realistically, their season is not even that bad. I mean, they're pretty slow, but I mean, they have 20 points. Let me repeat, they have 20 points and they are dead last. And obviously with no upgrades coming anymore, it's practically over for them since they have a 15-point deficit to Haas and a further 25 deficit to Racing Bulls. However, the reason why we should watch them is because around this track, they kind of have it. 2021 and 2022 saw them finish 6th and 9th, 23 saw a freaking podium for Gasly, and even in 24 with their quote-unquote car, they still finished 9th. So I am pretty optimistic for them here, and given how Pierre is insanely cracked out right now, maybe a top 6 is in the cards. Only thing that sucks though is of course it'd be only with Pierre, since his teammate, doesn't matter which one, would likely be busy with the gravel. But yeah, keep your dark brown eyes that light up in the sun on Alpine. Next up, we should watch Haas, since they have been really falling back now. They had a great start to the season, and it's not a case of, oh, they just fell off. Instead, everyone around them got better, which has leveled them out now and even made them slip hard. And it sucks too, because Esteban and Ollie have quietly been an arguable top 3 driver pairing this year. This team would have way more points if they're even like 1/10 faster, since these guys just love to P11 and P12 max. What also might not help them this year is the fact that historically, this team does not like this circuit, so can you blame me for being a little pessimistic about them this week? However, like I said, if they could get a result, thankfully they have the drivers capable of doing that, so long as Esteban doesn't get out in Q1 again and Ollie stops getting the 10th place grid drops. Next, we should watch Sauber, since they are completely in the unknown regions now. I can't even bring up history for this one, since they haven't been this good since 2022, which basically makes any prediction for them this week basically a guess. It really seems that Sauber are now running off a race-by-race basis, which means that certain tracks will love their car and get the P7 or something, and other tracks will hate it, which will get them P17 that time. I, for one, have no fucking clue what this one is gonna be, so I don't know, man. Maybe they do good, maybe they don't. I don't study probability. Instead, Instead, what I do is observe, and Aston Martin, by the looks of it, hey man, I don't want to say they're back to their 2023 first half form, but they are performing at their best in 24, which is great. Even Lance is doing good, so I say some optimism is fine for this week. And again, let me adjust my glasses here. Historically, Aston do like this track a bit, so to all my delusional Alonso fans, rejoice. Your driver will finish proudly here. Or he crashes at turn 3 in a lap 1 incident with Lewis, which takes them both out the race, and if that does happen, just know the race scripts are found at the address 1-1. And finally, let's keep our eye on Ferrari, my glorious kings. Those upgrades introduced in Spa, which were supposedly goated or whatever, kinda disappointed, but there are positives. For one, we do look closer with McLaren, made especially evident in Hungary, where before the car decided to implode, we were genuinely gonna win. So there is a chance here, so how do we fare? Well, not good. Again, historically, Ferrari are just fine around here. Not embarrassingly bad, but also not good, so you would think I would say to keep your expectations low, but I am an optimist. I'm not saying we're going to contend again or even be on the podium. What I will say though is a nice haul of points in 4th and 5th, because that's going to happen, right? Not a crash with Alonso and Lewis, because that's never going to happen. Was this sport scripted or something? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. Nothing to see here, guys. Anyways, the driver you should watch this weekend is actually going to be George Russell. Kimi, I'm sorry, my boy, but you must regain my trust. George, however, could fare pretty good here since this is a beachside track, and who knows if it'll be cloudy and cold, but if it is, then put all your bets on George. He could cook something here. Will it be the tires or the McLarens? Who knows, but he is worth watching at least. Now for the drama over the break, and if you thought I went on too long with the ones to watch portion, it's because I did, because surprisingly, there was basically no news, but what we did get was good. Now, even though F2 isn't present this week, they are in the news cycle thanks to professional dumbass Sebastian Montoya, son of Juan Pablo Montoya. JPM is one of my favorite drivers of all time since this guy's career is stacked with prestigious titles. His son, however, my goodness me. Keep in mind, by the way, in single-seaters post-karting, he has gone a grand total of 2 wins across 5 years and 14 different series, yet he is saying he is faster than Bortoleto, F2 and F3 champion, Ollie Behrman, who he lost to and accused of cheating, and Kimi Antonelli, you know, the Wonder Kid. Look, I get it, F2 and the other series like that are bullshit that could be bought with money, but something's not adding up if over 14 different series, you have not finished in the top 3 in any of them. Just because you beat one of those drivers like once or twice in a race doesn't mean you are genuinely faster than them, and it sucks too because I don't even think he's that bad, but he is nowhere near good enough to be speaking like this. Hadjar seems to agree too by the looks of it. So pipe down, this is the sort of behavior that lands you in Formula E. Just go ask Dan Ticktum about it. Next up, we have the news about the potential return of Caterham to the grid. This one is a bit of a short one, but basically it was reported that some investors would like to join F1 under the name of Caterham for 2027. Previously, Caterham were in F1 from 2010, then Lotus until 2012, to 2014, back when F1 was about quantity over quality, and man did it show. A P14 placement was like winning the goddamn title for them, and even with the hiring of a great driver like Kamui Kobayashi, they still couldn't achieve much in the sport, which of course led to their exit. They would be remembered as a team from that era of F1 where they were just letting anyone in. However, maybe they could rewrite that history. Do I think that even if they re-enter the sport that it could happen? Not a chance, but I would still like to see them return just for the vibes of 12 teams in the sport. If it means we could have our wildcard drivers like Latifi and Mazepin again, then I'm all for it, since safety cars and other rule infringements are always welcome in these races. Of course, only if their well-being is good. And finally, the last bit of noteworthy news is regarding Caddy and their 2 drivers. Now this one has sparked a whole Twitter war, so I'll do my best to be as unbiased as possible. Anyways, you're a fucking idiot if you think Bottas wipes Checo. Okay, hold on. Context. It's now being reported that professional unemployed driver Valtteri Bottas has signed on to be a Cadillac driver next year alongside Checo Perez, who has been rumored to sign on for a long while now. Now, before any opinions get shared, one thing. This is hilarious. The 2 number 2 drivers that everyone clowned on in 2021 for being too slow are now teammates at Caddy F1. This is going to be a lineup to determine who is truly the best number 2 driver, so this is basically 2021 part 2 for the unemployed. But now for opinions, and first up, I don't think this is a good lineup. Do I think Checo or Bottas are good signings? Absolutely. Both are experienced and offer valuable information from top teams, not to mention they are consistent drivers with good financial backing. However, do I think these 2 are good signings as a driver pair? Absolutely not. I really think Caddy could have benefited from signing a rookie, specifically someone like Drugovich, since while Felipe is a rookie, he has done extensive testing for Aston since 2022, including for next year's cars. He is an experienced rookie, as I like to say, and I truly think he is at the very least deserving of a spot on the grid. By signing 2 drivers who are in their mid to late 30s, all that means is by like 2028 probably, they need to go hunting again for potentially 2 drivers, and yeah, I think a rookie signing would have been better either alongside Checo or Bottas. But with the news of the new pairing, people immediately got to Twitter to say Valtteri will watch Checo 24-0 next season, or that Checo will embarrass Valtteri next season. And guys, are we forgetting these guys are like an 8 out of 10 at best? Checo has shit one lap pace and sometimes is too aggressive. Valtteri cannot defend for shit, which leads to him being overtaken a lot. Basically, one is shit in quali and is too rough, while the other is shit in racing and is too safe. Of course, their strengths are really good, like Checo's exceptional race management and Valtteri's one lap pace, but calm down, people. What's realistically gonna happen is that head-to-head will be like 13 and 11 and they'll be closely matched all season long. Whether it's Bottas or Checo winning it, I don't know, but we will have to see. Plus guys, it's Cadillac, the new team. You're talking about them finishing like P14 at best, so let's just all calm down and appreciate the fact that these guys are back. But Checo loves Valtteri, sorry not sorry. Anyways, now for my juicy predictions that you of course skipped to. As always, it must be stated that we will predict 3 things: the top 5 in the quali, the top 5 in the race, and a random prediction from any session. It should also be noted that these predictions are based on nothing but pure vibes, so bear with me. No sprints this weekend, so let us begin with the main event with quali, and I predict that the top 5 on Saturday, starting with 5th, will be George Russell, and 4th will be Charles Leclerc, and 3rd will be Lando Norris, and 2nd will be Oscar Piastri, and for pole position I have Max Verstappen, who gets it right at the end. Now for the race predictions, and starting with 5th I have Fernando Alonso, and 4th I have Charles Leclerc, and 3rd I have Max Verstappen, and 2nd I have Oscar Piastri, and the winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix is Lando Norris, who actually fights back really good. Time for my random prediction, and I think in the race, it will be hotter than anticipated, which leads to a 3-stop and Mercedes in the mud. Also, make sure to join the Discord to make your predictions for the weekend and have a chance to appear in the winners and losers. So, that was my weekend preview. By the way, I don't know if it's too late to mention this now, but I will not be doing a winners and losers for the weekend since I need to take a vacation after experiencing too much Ferrari disappointment. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, no winners and losers this week, but we will be back for Monza along with its preview. Anyways, I want to give a quick shout out to all members of the vlog for their continued support, and make sure to join if you want cool benefits as well as just helping me out. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe since it helps me out, and make sure to let me know in the comments what your predictions are. And as always, have an amazing day.
Good weather for the duck.